Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You join us for this 2020 match between Hyderabad and the Indians. I'm Mike Atherton, and with me in the commentary box is Mel Jones, Ali Mitchell, Ian Healy, and the dashing David Gower.
Hi others, looking forward to this one. I've been down in the middle looking at conditions, and it's a very batter-friendly pitch. There's not going to be much for the bowlers. Beautiful clear conditions and not a chance of rain.
Wonderful insight there from David Gower. It's time for the toss.
The Indians choosing to bat first here. They'll be eager to get runs on the board, even though maybe conditions could have been better later on.
Right, so we're ready to get underway. Always something special about that first delivery. It can really set the tone for the match. Drives and misses everything.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Yeah. There'll be one run here for them.
Exquisitely down the front foot, a gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
A lot of pressure coming to the crease. Not had the best of weeks leading up to this game, and will want to show everyone their strength.
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding. Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Picks the gap perfectly.
Good return there, back from the deep.
Nicely played.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key. Yeah. Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs. End of the over. 13 runs coming from it. The Indians are 13 for none. The right armour is coming into the attack from the south end. Yes! There's trouble here.
Well, there was a bit of noise there, but it certainly wasn't the bats, and they did well to get back for 2.
Yes!
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot. Right off the middle of the bat.
That was a big hit. Incredible power. Just incredible. Nothing wrong with the delivery, but it still goes for 6.
Rickleton is really starting to get on top of this bowling. May need a few changes to halt this momentum. Yeah. Great shot through the gap.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yes. Great shot. At least one on offer.
Decide against the second, way too late. I think they'd have been well short if they had continued.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
They make it home, but there should never have been the chance for a run out in the first place.
Over. The Indians are 28 for none. Big edge. Where's that going?
Pushed onto the front foot and presented the full face of the bat.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Yes. Really good shot there.
Bowler! Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope.
Yep. There'll be runs here.
There was trouble for a moment, but these two were quick enough to avoid the run out in the end.
Ooh, beaten on the drive.
A little late on that. No run scored.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected. It's off the body rather than the bat, but gets through for one.
End of the over. The Indians are 38 for none. Singh from the south end. Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
There was a bit of width on that, and they've climbed into the shot to send it up and over for six.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come. That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for four, driven away nicely.
Two boundaries in a row. Time to just focus on line and length again. That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That's the 50 partnership between these two, gaining some momentum nicely for the team.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake. Catch it! Good bit of timing there.
Fielders there in the covers, but they put it right into the gap. That's a beautiful shot.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on. Super piece of timing.
Perhaps that slipped out of the hand a little during the release. Sharma didn't mind and sent it high and handsome over the boundary rope for six.
Catch! Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. Now then, was there a faint edge? That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch.
That was a real shame. That was a brilliant innings, Really was heading towards something special. A good wicket to take at this stage.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs. Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Right out of the middle.
That's just silly. The power on that shot is incredible. That's the sort of shot you want to see at a cricket match.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch. And as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
Good throw from the deep, on target.
Yep. They'll get at least one. End of the over, 10 off it. The Indians are 72 for 1. A real beauty, just times it so well.
Errs on the side of bowling slightly fuller, and they've been put away.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. Misses everything.
Oh, didn't get the feet moving, played down the wrong line, threw the hands at it, got nothing on the ball.
Yep. Caught. What a position to set there. A brilliant catch.
At long last, they have the wicket. Could so easily have been a game-changing innings. All the same, it's been fabulous to watch.
Lots of pressure coming into bat. We'll have to wait, though, to face their first ball.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Yes.
Out. Yeah. Pretty straightforward catch in the end.
As they head back to the pavilion, they'll be wishing they went about this innings a little differently. Not too much to speak of on the scoreboard.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball.
Yep.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Well, you sometimes just have to stop and admire batting like that. Gets onto the front foot early, well-timed, and 4 runs.
End of the over. 8 runs coming from it. The Indians are 80 for 3. The captain can push this field a bit deeper now. 3 more players able to go outside the circle.
I don't think there was any bat on that as they come through for the single.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
Keeper. Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Decisive running might have gotten two. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Yeah.
And with that, they're off the mark.
Yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary. Straight to the fielder.
Oh, it's painful watching that. It was a certain wicket if only the ball had been thrown to the other end.
End of the over, a good one in terms of keeping the batters quiet. Just needed to take a wicket to make it an excellent one.
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads, not the bat though.
Yep.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
Yep.
Just a little bit wide, well picked up. And let the ball do all the work, really, just to nudge it down towards third.
Yep.
Good shot, it's found the gap.
Keepers in. Yep, yep.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Yep. No!
Well, the communication's not great between these two. There's a lot of hesitation in their calls. On that occasion, looking for a second. In the end, a good decision not to go through with it.
Misjudged that and takes a hit on the body.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find the gap. Off the body and they scamper through for a run.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Keeper! Yep, yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Roll there!
That was a solid shot, driven off the front foot, fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Yeah. Great one.
A rush of blood. Very quick onto the ball, can't get it away.
Yep, yep.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Keeper!
Nicely ran, working the ball away into the gaps to find the easy single.
End of the over, 6 runs coming from it. The Indians are 103 for 3. Going with pace now.
Yeah. Nice one.
Well, for a brief moment, you thought there might be a bit of strife there. In the end, a good decision not to take on the field.
Yep. Yep.
Chance to run 2.
Keeper, keeper. Yep.
Good pickup. Big chance.
Fantastic running, great communication between the two of them. No bat though, that'll be leg byes.
Yep.
That was a tremendous delivery, fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over.
Yep. Yep, yep. No!
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call was made in the end.
8 runs added in that over. The Indians are 111 for 3. Cast coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep.
Drives and misses everything.
Cars with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messing everything up.
Yep. Catch him!
That's off the middle of the bat.
Just perfection, a majestic shot. You just cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Well bowled.
That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Yep. Yep, yep.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
A bit of a mix-up. They'll need to improve their communication.
Yep.
Caught. One of the easiest catches you'll see.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should definitely be on the new batter, who strides to the middle. They will be looking for another quick wicket.
Yep.
That's going a long way. What a shot that is.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter, right at the top of their game.
That's the over. The Indians are 125 for 4. A new bowler is coming into the attack.
Yep.
Another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much though.
Yep.
They were wise to the run there. Excellent call. It was off the pad and they got through quickly.
Yep.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there. A lovely delivery. Got it in short and surprised them. They'll be happy only one of those is allowed.
Yep, yep.
Great shot through the gap.
Bowler, bowler.
A couple on offer here.
Yeah. Well bowled.
Could be close.
Well, that's a wild one. Nothing elegant about that shot, just not timing it at all. Poor play.
Yep, yep.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Bowler then.
11 runs added there. The Indians are 136 for 4.
Yep.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Ball.
Decide against the second, way too late. I think they'd have been well short if they had continued.
Poor ball, all the way down to the boundary. That'll go down as 5 wides.
It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
Yep.
Hit that hard, nailed it.
Just textbook. Sees the ball go shorter, gets back fast to pull that shot away for 6.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Yep, yep. Catch.
Lovely timing. Will this one go to the fence?
It was in the air for a long time, but 4 bounced just inside the rope.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate?
Yeah.
Beaten on the drive.
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put.
Yep. Catch.
Middle that one. Great timing.
It was wide and suitably dealt with.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep.
Great shot. At least 1 on offer. Really playing all their shots that over. Really expensive. Patel coming back into the attack.
Yep.
Good batting. Get an opportunity to score and take it. Gone right through the defences.
Starting to get really interesting now. That's the 5th wicket, and a very frustrated person is heading back to the pavilion.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board. splits the gap perfectly.
Hola!
Chance!
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected. That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. That's poor play.
Yep.
Yep.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2. This could be out. End of the over. 9 off it. The Indians are 166 for 5. Cast from the north end.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Keeper. Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Keeper. Yep.
Oh, that looked nasty.
Fantastic running. Good communication between the two of them. It didn't get any bat though, and will be leg byes.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
Keeper. Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
Keeper. Yep. Nice one.
It looked like a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire's given it as a wide.
Yep.
Oh, the batsman couldn't get out of the way.
That was great running. Comes off the pads and is signalled as leg byes.
13 runs added there. The Indians are 179 for 5.
Yep.
Couldn't have played that any better.
It was just a little bit too full, and it was beautifully timed.
Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting the next ball right.
Yep.
Yep.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Keeper, keeper.
they'll get at least one.
Decisive running might have got them two. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
A good piece of bowling there. A little bit of pace off the delivery, and the batter is all at sea.
Yep.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Yeah.
Trouble. Oh, gone.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep, yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Keeper's ball.
Immediately underway with some runs.
Yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Keeper, keeper.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on as they bring a bit of energy to the crease. Misses everything.
Tried to get the drive away, timed it poorly, lucky to survive.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
Ball is in.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Exquisitely down on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more. Well, another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much, though.
Yep. That's it.
Great shot. Great timing.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
Hit right on the body. Misjudged it a bit maybe, but couldn't seem to get out of the way. That will have hurt.
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads and not the bat.
There's trouble here.
It's off the body rather than the bat, but gets through for one.
Great one.
Just need to settle down. The timing is off. These deliveries are there to be hit, but it's a time for cool heads.
Yep. No.
Gets back in time, a good decision against taking the risky second run.
Yep. Catch it.
Great shot.
Those types of deliveries, if you make the most of them, the bowler will feel the pressure.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Nice.
There's a chance if this hits. Could that be out? Looks so.
A long walk back to the pavilion. This has not been a good knock. Not what you'd expect from someone of this skill level.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
That races away to the boundary. A beautiful shot off the front foot. Just textbook stuff.
Questions will begin to be asked. Should the captain make a change? A big over that one. Too many loose deliveries.
No!
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Super shot. Oh, that is a great catch.
They will receive now the warmest of receptions from this crowd for a supreme display of batting. Good return there, back from the deep.
8 runs added in that over. The Indians are 219 for 9. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yes.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Bowler!
And with that, they're off the mark.
Yep.
Chance to run 2.
Bowler! No!
Yes. Drives and misses everything. A direct hit and this could be gone.
Well, they'll get 2, bit scrappy, poor fielding to be honest.
Yep.
Good shot, it's found the gap.
Bowler! Yes.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Bowler!
Needs to be on target.
Yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Keeper!
Poor fielding. Chose the wrong end entirely for what should have been a simple run out.
A brilliant over for the batting side. Not so for the bowlers. And that's the end of the innings. The Indians have set a target of 232 runs.
The captain making some adjustments to the field here. Some adjustments to the field.
Yep.
Good runs, good shot, first ball of the innings.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board.
Keepers, keepers!
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Yes!
Great shot.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch, and as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep, yep.
There'll be one run here for them.
Wait there!
Straight to the fielder. Over. Hyderabad are 11 for none. The right-arm fast bowler is coming into the attack from the south end.
Head shakes their head. It was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Yes!
Chance! Huge nick, but no one to catch it.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Yeah!
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
Yep!
Great shot through the gap.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for four, driven away nicely.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Yep!
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Ball is in!
Bad decision making, thrown it to the wrong end and let the chance go begging.
End of the over. 11 runs coming from it. Hyderabad are 22 for none. The right-arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl from the north end.
Right on!
Quick onto that in the infield.
Well, not a great delivery. Got it full. Lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yeah!
Strong appeal.
Yep, yep!
Picks collects the gap perfectly.
Well, that was a poor delivery. You can't bowl there, and it got what it deserved. The captain making some adjustments to the field here.
Wait on.
Sharma shakes their head. It was there to hit, couldn't make the most of it.
Wait there.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot ball.
That's the over. Hyderabad are 27 for none. The left-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yeah. That's it.
Onto the front foot. Super shot. Should be four.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope, punch that away through the covers with exquisite timing.
Head has got the big shot away this over. Now they can focus on playing the next ball on its merits.
Right on. Yes. Wait there.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field. That's a great take. Needed a big stretch to prevent any runs.
Oh, that's gone. Really unlucky.
It's the wicket they so desperately wanted. They've removed a real threat before they could get going.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled.
Catch.
Sounded good the moment it hit the bat.
Seemed very happy to take the boundary first up, punched away nicely to get off the mark.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake.
Catch it.
Strokes it languidly away to the fence. A lovely shot.
That was clever. Just had to wait on it to make sure of it.
A tidy over and the first wicket to show for it. Nothing less than deserved.
Right on.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Beaten on the drive.
Oh, yes, nice bowling.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Catch it.
Out. Good catch.
Well, they lose the second wicket. It's a long way back to the sheds. And you can tell they're not happy with that dismissal.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
No ball.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Yep.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Nice bowling.
That's the end of the over. 2 runs added. Hyderabad are 43 for 2.
Yeah.
Brilliant shot that.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come off this delivery, I wonder?
Yep.
Really good shot there.
Ball up.
A couple on offer here.
That was a beautiful bit of fielding in the deep, straight over the stumps. That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Right on.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Not a great delivery. Got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
Great shot. At least 1 on offer.
Wait on. Yep.
Oh my, that's racing away.
A fantastic shot. Gets forward, head over the ball, and smashes that one away.
And with that, 5 fielders can now be put outside the circle.
A few moves made in the field.
Sharma, the spinner, coming into the attack.
Yep.
Couldn't have hit that any better.
That ball was just an invitation that was accepted by return of post. Sharma will be disappointed with that delivery.
Like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Right on.
Bit of a change up in the field now.
Wait.
Thought it got past them, but a fantastic dive to cut it off. Misses everything.
Oh, yes.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the 3rd dot.
Yep.
Hit that hard, nailed it.
Just a little bit of room given. The power was immense. That has flown over the boundary.
Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting the next ball right. Nice shot, runs possible. End of the over. Hyderabad are 65 for 2.
Wait.
Couldn't get it through the field. Poor ball, all the way down to the boundary. That'll go down as 5 wides.
That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Yep.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
A little flick of the wrist to get it round the corner for an easy run.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Decisive running might have got them to. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Oh, well bowled.
Well, another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much, though.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Keeper.
Really raced between the wickets after it was clipped away nicely behind square.
Yep. Catch it.
Great timing. Right off the meat of the bat.
A juicy delivery like that on leg stump isn't going to be missed by this batter. They just put it away.
Sharma from the north end.
The captain's going to change things around in the field.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
Some adjustments to the field.
Yeah, yep.
Could be close.
They would have been struggling to get back for another. A good call of no.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Probably should have gotten back for a second there. Need to push a bit harder on that first one.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, yep.
End of the over. 6 off it. Hyderabad are 83 for 2. The right armour is coming on to bowl from the south end.
Yep.
Nice shot.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary.
Yes.
shout.
Yep.
Good batting, get an opportunity to score and take it.
Bowler. Yep.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Solid partnership, 50 so far. Now it's time to really build a big score.
Yep.
Nine runs added there. Hyderabad are 92 for 2.
Wait. Yeah.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary. There'll be 1 run here for them.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Ready. Yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Keeper's ball.
Good return, back from the deep. Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Struck it nicely, could go to the boundary.
Yep. Yep. Bowler's in.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
End of the over, 8 runs coming from it. Hyderabad are 100 for 2. Bolt, the left-arm pace bowler, is coming on to bowl from the south end.
Wait on.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Keeper's in.
Strong throw in from the outfield, right to the stumps. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Way down.
Pulled in off the boundary rope. Good fielding out there.
That's a great dive. Needed a big stretch to prevent any runs.
Yep. Bowler.
Big appeal.
Yep.
Perfect technique and placement.
Too wide, it was there to be hit, and it was really given the treatment.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
A little late on that, no runs scored.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Bowlers!
Gone, brilliant in the field.
Well, at the end of an entertaining performance with the bat, certainly a good wicket to get, the runs were really starting to flow.
Livingston comes out to bat in a bit of form. But it'll be interesting to see how they go today. Sharma, the right armour, is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
Another one gone, the fourth wicket is in the bag. A bit of trouble if there was another to fall quickly. We've seen some very good bowling.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket.
Oh, well bowled.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Yep.
Time that perfectly.
Onto the front foot early, placed it perfectly into the gap. Timed it nicely for 4 more.
You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away. End of the over, 7 off it. Hyderabad are 119 for 4.
Change of bowling, the medium pacer is coming into the attack.
Yep.
It's the sort of dismissal that sees the momentum swing back to the bowler. Gone, but not for many.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. Cast, whose first task is getting themselves settled.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Beaten on the drive.
A bit of frustration after that shot, went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Drives and misses everything.
Nice bowling.
Cars shakes their head. He was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Yep. Bowler.
Cars gets off the mark.
An inexpensive over ends and a wicket coming from it. Wow, that's missed the lot.
Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot. No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find a gap.
Yep. Bowler.
Well, there wasn't a lot of time to choose the right end, but unfortunately, they went for the wrong one.
Waiting.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Well, not a great delivery. Got it full. Lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Oh.
That spun a long way. Very, very lucky to miss it, if I'm being totally honest.
Yep. That's it.
Was that just a bit lazy with the running? Usually there'd be two there. Need to take a bit more initiative out there.
Giving them absolutely nothing here at the moment. Another over gone and not much from it.
Yep.
Doesn't want to bowl it there. Overpitched and helped to the boundary.
It was just a little bit too full, and it was beautifully timed.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep.
Nicked it.
Bowler. Bowler.
Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
Yep.
Huge edge. Quick onto that in the infield.
Really tried to push the scoring along and managed to do so for a while, but in the end, it's just one risk too many.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on.
Yep.
Massive edge. A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps.
Yep.
Hit that hard, nailed it.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for four, driven away nicely.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Yep.
Good shot, it's found the gap.
Keeper's ball.
A couple on offer here. Gee, they're bowling well at the moment. They complete another very good over. Bolt, the left-arm medium bowler, is coming into the attack from the north end.
They find themselves 7 wickets down. It's about now you need someone to stand up and stick around at the crease.
Singh is new to the crease. They'll be keen to field bat on ball on. Misses everything.
Yes, nice bowling.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible. Crying wolf is not the best approach. It'll just annoy the umpire.
Yeah.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Bowler.
Really? That's just wasting everyone's time.
The captain's going to change things around in the field.
That one does the trick. Big in swinger, and they can't keep it out.
Another one, 8 wickets gone. You feel it's just a matter of time now. A few decent deliveries could see the end.
Gone. Another one goes. 2 wickets in 2 balls, and they're on a roll now.
Another one goes off to the sheds. That's 9 down. Some good bowling finding this tail out. And it certainly feels like this is close to the finish.
Coming to the wicket, they'll be looking to play within the V early and expand as they get settled.
Well on.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Bowler.
Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope. A few moves made in the field.
Yep.
Great shot, at least one on offer.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
That was one of the easiest wins at this level of cricket you're likely to witness. A class above.